and welcome to Blades and Banners, a Tales of the Valiant actual play set in the Eberron campaign world. Mia, what happened last time?
I don't remember.
Okay. So, our crew started out in a tavern, either watching what was going on or pilfering off of people. A row started and was cut short by Shek, first mate to the flagship of the Principality. Anyway, Shek and Corvin are these two important NPCs who came in and said, hey, we need some of you to get on the ship with us and go check something out. This is extremely vague, as I thought it would. So we all got on the flagship, and our prince saw something through her spyglass. She saw a ship in the distance that was listing and said, we need a couple of you to go and check out the ship. And we were all voluntold to go and check it out. And what we found, so Heina and Ellie Wise went to where the anchor was. Ellie Wise touched the anchor chain and experienced a big chill. And I'm very sorry that I just said a big chill, but the chain was very cold.
We'll be very happy for the
Oh God. She pulled her hand back, and then suddenly we heard this very whispery sound that was frightening to Sahina and not frightening to Ellie Wise. Cut to Orin and Finian. They came upon basically Han Solo in Carbonite, and they saw someone sort of half in and half out of the ship, and Finian went to touch the wood, and apparently that activated the Han Solo character, who grabbed Orin's shoulder and screamed in his face, and that's where we left it.
That is where we left it.
Love that it was Finian's fault in the recap. Love that.
I know, I realized.
Capital C canon.
Yeah. Push on, Mia. Just push on.
The villain here.
So, back on deck, Eliwise and Sahina, you are hearing this faint whispering in the air around you, near the chain, and Eliwise attempted to talk to it. I believe is where we left. Eliwise is going to attempt to talk to it. I guess I would take a persuasion check from you, Eliwise.
All right. Five.
Okay, you can take a point of luck. You hear this word sort of form itself in the whispers. Lost. And then this figure becomes suddenly very visible. There's a vaguely humanoid figure that lunges at you with fingers that are too long and too sharp. And a 20 hits your AC, I'm fairly certain.
Yes. May I ask?
Here we go.
Yes, you may ask.
Mage armor is a protective spell that I could toss around one of my friends. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
Is it possible for me to use that now, or?
It is possible for you to use it as soon as this has happened. It's not a reaction, so it can't happen
right
to interrupt. But yes, in response to this, you can do that.
Okay.
Eliwise, you take 4 necrotic damage. And then the figure seems to sort of dissipate back into the mist. And then you hear a scream from below deck.
Ah! 2 screams, in fact.
Yeah.
Wait, I got hurt, and then somebody else screamed.
I think those were different. I think something else is
sympathetic
also
pain.
happening.
Oh. Okay. Okay. We can go check on them then. We should find out what they're screaming about because we know what is happening up here.
Yeah, I'm sure it can't be worse, right? Okay, we'll go.
Okay, we'll be back. We'll come back and see you in a little
Casey, take another point of luck. All right. You guys start to head down, but meanwhile, Finian, this figure just grabbed Orin, and they're screaming at each other's faces.
Okay. Finian is going to, I guess whirl his quarterstaff out and try to hit the arm to,
Okay.
Not the face, not the face.
to knock free my boy.
Make an attack roll.
17?
17 hits. Roll damage.
5.
Okay. So you raise your quarterstaff and you swing at this arm. Orin, you can feel like it's just grabbed the shoulder of your coat, but you can feel the cold building up in the spot where it's grabbed. And when Finian's staff comes down on the arm, there's this loud crack, and it just breaks off at the spot that Finian hits, and the body just goes limp, hanging out of the wall again. The arm dangles, clutching at your tunic until you pry it away, and then drops with a thud on the ground.
I asked if he was dead, and you heard me ask if he was dead. There was no way for us to
Figured you
predict
would
that
be
was
able
going to
to
happen.
See if something like that was going to happen with your fancy eye.
I don't have an explanation for that.
You hear footsteps coming down the stairs.
Ah!
And no announcement. Okay.
Charge!
Who are we charging?
No. It's you.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just assaulted by
that's
a corpse.
unexpected.
The ship might be people. Sort of. I'm not entirely sure what's
The
happening here.
wind also seems to be people. It said it was lost.
How does wind get lost?
That
I
seems
don't
like a
know.
deep
Well,
How
then
does
it
wind
formed
get found?
into
Examine right.
a weird, strange being, and then it attacked me.
It's a ghost ship, right? It's a ghost ship. We need to find
That's-
the source of the ghosts, deal with that, and the ship will be fine.
Oh.
You have much experience
yeah,
with
that
finding
makes
the
sense.
source of ghosts.
Well, ghost ships. We're pirates. We've heard of ghost ships, right?
Right, I'm asking if you've ever had any experience in finding a ghost.
I've read
we
the
just
Not
stories
yet.
had one
about
find
dealing
us.
with ghost ships.
Right, okay, so no then. All right. Perfect.
Apparently, I have a better understanding of what's going on here than
Well,
someone.
why don't you continue finding them for us then, mate, and you carry on ahead. Let's head back that way.
Fine.
See if the ship grabs you anymore.
I will. And
Perfect.
Orin goes to walk
We
further
might
down.
stay
below
a
deck.
few feet back here.
Okay. Are you going fore or aft?
Let's go aft.
All right. So you head towards the rear of the ship.
Philip, what?
Yes.
What have we heard about ghost ships?
What have you heard about ghost ships? That is a That's a good question, primarily because it's like a staple of pirate folklore, but a ghost ship isn't one thing. It's a ship where no one's alive. You've definitely heard of ships that are actually haunted, and your understanding, but almost certainly not of experience, is that up at the north end of the principalities, around the Bloodsail Principality, there are literal ghost ships. That the Bloodsails bind actual spirits to their ships as a means of crewing them.
That sounds miserable.
But
and this seems
there's
different
not like
than that.
This seems different than that. Yes, this definitely seems different than that. That would be the sort of controlled necromantic form of a ghost ship. This seems weirder.
Which is bad.
Would the
Bars
concept
getting
of a
high.
haunted ship though be something that like we've
Oh, sure.
like there have been stories shared in
Sure.
port about this kind of thing?
Oh yeah. Haunted ships, definitely a staple of pirate folklore in the principalities. The problem is there's not a consistency to them, so that it's like some sort of natural phenomenon where well, this is happening, therefore we should.
We stick together at all times. Nobody consume any alcohol or do anything that's not virtuous, because those are always the ones that die first.
Eric, take a point of luck.
Just make a Scream reference in the middle of our pirate adventure and get rewarded for it. This game is mayhem already. We will never find order.
Yeah, Orin's charging towards the app. Not charging, walking with purpose.
Just full speed running to the back of a ghost ship.
So towards the back of this large space that you find yourself in, one of the hammocks, one of the very clearly empty hammocks, is swaying slowly. Even though the ship isn't.
But that's proper spooky, that is.
Will your eyes show us something now, Finian? Because clearly there's something going on with the hammock.
He taps for detect magic.
There is nothing magical to detect.
All right, so here's the deal. I'm seeing nothing magic. I'm seeing nothing at all, frankly. So, if it was here and invisible, I'd have seen it. If it was here and magic, I'd have seen it. I don't have anything that's pinged. I can do another full sweep if you like. And
but it is moving. You see that, right?
You have dark vision.
Okay.
Yes, I have dark
Right.
vision, so I've got that covered. Yeah.
So since no magic,
And I have magical dark vision as well. Like I can see through magical darkness as well. So
Nice.
and we're not up against the wall, so I don't need to X-ray. So I will invisivision and scan where we are right now.
There is a humanoid shape lying in the hammock when you activate your invisivision.
Does it appear alive before I announce anything? Is it like watching us? Is it just there?
It's just lying in the hammock, swaying back and forth gently.
Right, so I was correct with all of the information I had up until this literal moment right now. There's maybe someone in the hammock over there.
that maybe is doing a lot of heavy lifting. What?
Right, okay, so the best I can see right now is a person. But I don't... Can you hear me?
Yes.
No.
And Mia, take a point of luck.
No response from the hammock.
Nope.
How far away am I from it?
Maybe 10 feet.
Which side is the head on, Finian?
Away from you.
Go ahead.
Feet towards us.
Orin's going to start to pull the ring on a chain out from his pocket, and like a cat, do a dangling the ring over the where he thinks the head is, just to see if that elicits.
Finian, the figure in the hammock sits up. It's still
Anything
swaying back and forth, and is staring at Orin
Maybe a step back,
with
mate.
cold
Maybe
eyes.
a step back, mate.
All right, taking a step back. Still jingle the ring though, or no?
I don't think we do that anymore.
Okay. Ring in
Is that
pocket.
still cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, it still feels chilly. Not that bad though.
Oh, the anchor is really cold.
Interesting.
Yes.
Metal. How did you touch the anchor?
With my hands.
Are we floating right now?
The chain.
Does
I see what
the
you-
figure lay back down when the ring is
No.
pocketed?
And it's
Right.
still swaying back and forth in spite of its new posture, which is kind of vertigo inducing.
That's got to be weird to be sitting upright with your legs straight in a swaying hammock. Right, so
Yeah, it doesn't look at all natural.
you've his attention, and I dare say he don't like you.
Well, can't please everyone, I suppose.
You're pleasing him none at the moment. I don't know how else to tell you, but he's looking cold at you.
Well, if he's not going to do anything, then why don't we just... Well, no, because we were told to
Well,
deal with anything that's on here.
You didn't think the ship man was going to do anything either.
Well,
We also didn't deal with that one. So
Oh, I
we
did.
could leave this one and keep
I
looking.
hit his arm off.
no, the wind turned into a person up above the... as well.
Right, it's still there.
Oh, right. So
We're
we've
just gonna-
things ahead of us and behind us right
We're-
now. And we've...
It back, yeah.
Orin's going to take, just for lack of a better idea and his reckless nature, Orin swings his great sword where he thinks the head would be of this creature sitting up in the hammock.
Make an attack roll.
Well, we can't ask them questions if you do that.
21.
Okay.
Nice.
You swing your sword. Finian, you see the sword pass through the figure. Orin, you can see the blade fogs like with cold.
I don't know if this would make any difference, but my sword does deal radiant damage.
Oh, roll that damage.
10 radiant damage.
Okay. Finian, you see the ghostly figure. The sword passes through, and you see a wound, like a shining wound, blossom across the path that the sword goes through. And you can see spectral blood pouring out of the wound. The figure's face turns to this sort of shocked, horrified expression, and ghostly hands sort of claw at the wound.
Did I do a good thing?
In look of
Well struck,
despair
mate.
and terror, and then gradually the figure slumps backward in the hammock, and you can all see the sort of the character of the motion of the hammock change a little bit, and it gradually starts to lose momentum.
The body stays. It doesn't
Yeah,
dissolve.
you
or
can still
dissipate.
see the ghostly body. Yeah.
Well,
Well struck,
what's
mate.
happening?
good thing.
I mean, he's still there, but there's nothing in him anymore. So,
So I killed a
well
ghost.
struck. Right. Yeah.
There's blood dripping on the floor.
Interesting.
That was foul. I'm gonna be honest. It was.
So
a
we
bit
can
much
see-
to
You're
stomach.
using your invisible vision, not your arcane, right? Your detect magic.
Right.
So was this a ghost or just someone that was invisible?
There's blood dripping on the floor, and all of you can see it.
So
Did I just
you-
murder someone?
I do, in fact, believe so.
I reach out to touch where the body would be.
You take 1 cold damage.
Ow!
And as the blood hits the floor, it's not splattering. It's landing with a soft sort of, as little frozen droplets of blood roll across the decking.
Well, I'm glad there's that to make more sense.
So he got angry when I showed him the ring.
I don't know. I wouldn't say angry, but he didn't like you for it. I don't. He was looking at you proper.
And I'm going to call that self-defense.
Okay. Were we going to say murder? Well, we're not here for fun. We were. Okay, right. Sorry.
It's not always a bad thing.
Maybe keep your invisible vision. Invisivision? Is that what it's called?
Yes, it is now off to spare because I am under 30 seconds left.
Well, don't know.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know that they can be hurt, though. That feels like new information. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Interesting.
But it didn't do anything, right? It was just there.
It died.
It was looking at me in a way that indicated that it was going to attack any moment. So
I never said that.
According to Finian.
Okay.
Yes.
I said he didn't like
And Finian did touch the wood next to the first body, which activated this whole mess. So we need to keep an eye out.
Well, hold on a minute. When did we start telling the story with that sort of light on it?
We did not try
What
to talk to
happened?
them. That is a factual statement.
I'm sorry. I did speak to the ship man, and all I did was tell you that the hammock man was here, and you went and straight cut him in half.
Well,
it was
didn't seem
quite
like anything else was
disgusting.
happening.
Right.
I cut him in half.
Yeah, well, near too.
Right, this all sounds terrible, and so Heina would like to prestidigitate away the blood.
She's already crime scene cleaning.
Yeah.
Cleaning up the crime scene, I do appreciate. Thank you, Simon.
I adore this idea out of you, but he's still very there. And he's not out of blood yet. We should press on maybe, huh?
Further towards the aft, I suppose?
I mean, or back to the trouble we know. So let's find the trouble we don't.
All right, so you make your way back further along the ship. You come to a set of, essentially a big sliding door. And
What kind of door are we looking at?
it's a large wooden door that seems to slide to the side.
Like a barn door.
Yes, like a barn door.
On a ship.
On a ship.
Better than a screen door.
True.
I mean, Orin would make a perception check to see if there's any kind of traps or anything.
Sure.
Obviously. That's a 12.
12. You lean close, examining it carefully. There don't seem to be any traps, but as you lean your head close, you do hear
Come in?
Is someone there?
Oh, yeah, yes. Hello.
Please let me out. Is someone there?
Yes.
Who are you talking to, mate?
Who are you?
Please let me out. I don't know. Please.
Any objections to opening the door?
Can we
do
all
we hear
hear
this, or it's
is
just
this just?
I would say yes, because two of you have a very high natural perception. Finians, what's your passive perception like?
Not high. Yeah. I don't detect. It's 11. 10.
You
Yeah.
You maybe hear a sort of murmuring sound, but you're probably not picking up the words.
I, in general, don't like opening the door for strangers. Did they tell you who they are when you asked?
They seem to be in duress. And
Yeah, they asked for help.
Yeah, open the door.
we should
Open the
help
door.
them.
Open the door.
Orin
just know that
stretches
something
his
bad
foot
might happen.
out with his sword still up and slides the door open with his
Tap.
foot.
I tap. As soon as he moves, I tap for Invisivision.
The door slides open, and you appear to be looking into the officer's mess. There's a slightly nicer galley here. There's plates on the table that have food in them.
Do
on the
we-
plates.
Do we have the dancing lights with us still?
Presumably.
That is, yeah.
you-
The idea is that I would
Okay.
make them want
Okay.
to travel with us.
I'm sorry to
Yeah, that's
interrupt.
fine. No, that's fine. There are cups with drink in them. It's a table set for dinner. Nothing
fresh does
super
the food
fancy.
look?
It looks quite fresh.
Do I see anything invisible appearing?
You don't.
Hello? Mysterious voice that was crying out for help?
Don't hear anything.
Oh, you don't see anything.
Otherwise,
when I
is
tap
just
it off?
opening anything in there, any cabinets,
Okay.
any drawers, looking for.
There's a lot of storage, a lot of dishes, things like that. Is everyone else coming into the room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
As soon as you come into the room, you hear from the other side of the door.
The one we just walked through?
Please,
Ah.
please,
Are you
let me out.
Oh no.
are you,
Are
in
you at
the
the door?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not just a trap that's repeating. What's your name?
I don't know anymore. Please, you've got to let me out.
Let you out of what now?
I don't know how to. Please, they're everywhere.
Orin's gonna try to pull. I mean, it's a sliding door. I almost pulled the barn door that went to my bathroom off multiple times, so I feel like somebody with a +6 athletics is capable of doing it.
Sure.
Orin's gonna try
Give me
to
an athletics
pull
check.
Okay. 23.
Yeah. Yeah, you can absolutely like knock the door off of its rail, off the track, and it thumps heavily to the floor, and leans towards you. Okay, please. Oh God, they noticed. They know. Oh, please, let me out, please.
Where are you? Where are you?
How do we let you out?
It's
The only
dark,
idea I have
they're-
is to destroy the
they're
door.
coming,
Should I do
and
that?
it's rattling.
No.
And they're coming now. I don't. Oh no, they're.
What?
Well, that's what we get for hesitating, I suppose.
I have opened every door I see here.
The talking door doesn't ping your magic eye?
No. I don't know what to tell you, man. No.
So Heina is sending all the dancing lights into every nook and cranny.
I mean, Orin will let the door fall to the ground.
Rude.
And there's
Someone's
still,
house.
the sound from it has ceased at this point.
Yes.
Don't suppose there's
I
anything
mean,
to be done.
you're standing over it. You don't hear anything from this position.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just killed
Maybe
the
it's
door
a
now.
speaker into another dimension.
Am I still getting the sense of deja vu as we travel through the ship, Philip? Like,
Yes.
Or a portal to another plane.
the only thing I can think is potentially we are linked somehow to Dolor. And there are ghosts here, and we can sense the other plane, but that's the only thing that I can think of.
This is a Mia question. Do I know what Dolor is?
Dolor, is it's the underworld. It's the place where dead souls go after death.
Okay.
Maybe this ship escaped Dolor?
Ellie, you hear this scraping sound now coming from the door. Just
From the door. Oh, okay. Well, there's a scraping on the door now, and
Well, I dropped it
although
on the floor,
fascinating,
so I imagine it would be scraped up.
slightly terrifying. But it would not actively make a noise, right? You're not
it's making a
expecting
noise.
that? Yes. So maybe I would like to burn the door. I would like to cast.
The whole ship is wood. No, do your thing.
It is.
What if
maybe that would purify the whole ship?
Burn it down.
But if it's in the door, what if we kill
Did
it?
Ellie Wise say out loud that I'm going to burn the door, or was that Casey saying I'm going to burn the door?
No, Ellie Wise said that.
Okay.
She's absolutely
One quick second, lass.
okay. Before the scraping continues,
I would like to reach down and touch the door. I have eyes of the maker, and so I can touch something and basically know a magical history, or if there was spell created or imbued, not active magic.
okay. So, two things. One, when you lay your hand on it, you can feel the vibration of that scrape as it runs through the wood. You get this flash in your mind of racing down the passageway that you just came down. Something terrible behind you. Blood everywhere, screams behind you, and darting into this room and slamming the door closed and feeling something thump against it on the other side as it slides closed.
In the flash that happens, pull my hand right back up and explain that sensation to the group. I think that whatever's wrong is bigger wrong than the door. There's wrong in the door for sure, but I don't think just the door gets rid of what is our problem here. I'm fine with destroying it.
know
I just
how?
think we should do it up top.
burn the whole ship.
No, that's not what
We were told not to burn the whole ship. We were told to deal with whatever's on here so it's not cursed.
I must have missed that part of the briefing.
But which
That we knew
which
it.
This
one
was
is
the
more
lesson she said to
important?
us. I mean, she wants the ship, right? Like,
Right.
that was pretty clear.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
And
not
not
burning the
burnt.
ship.
Right. Can we
Well, we have to
burn
keep
the ship
hunting
down?
for something to kill then, right?
Pretty good job. Not to toot my own horn.
Okay. Oh.
It's not getting
That's-
happier in here, though. I do think we should acknowledge.
Should I try stabbing the door?
I wish I could come up with a reason for no, but I just simply can't right now.
Yes, Casey.
Would you agree that I have, at this point, spent longer than a minute examining this door?
I would agree that more than a minute has passed.
The litigiousness of. Would you agree?
When I see Casey as a white-haired Southern lawyer, would you concur today that more than a minute has been spent here?
Yep.
Casey is written by John Grisham is about to make a move. Here we go.
Oh, okay. I knew this was going to happen. I'm going to have this really cool thing that I can do, and I, Casey the player, can't come up with the best way to use it. So I took Scrutinous as a talent.
Hey.
My lovely and wonderful companions. And so if I spend 1 minute or longer examining an object, then I can ask our GM one question about it that he must answer truthfully. This seems
boy.
so
This is a talent
powerful
you
in
can
the
take
right
in Tales
hands.
of the Valiant, everybody. You just take that talent. At first level, at character creation, you can take that talent.
I have that too, Casey, so thank you so much for the reminder.
For those of you detecting salt,
Yeah, half the party
presented this system. The guy with Invisivision would like to remind you.
Yeah, you can also see invisible things at first level. That's
The look on your face when I could detect magic, X-ray, and see invisible.
magic I expected. X-ray, I was like, oh, that's a cool addition. Invisivision? It's delightful. I love it. I'm not actually complaining, but yeah, it's great.
And if somebody else who took this that could come up with better questions, then this would be more powerful.
Nope.
I don't know.
Here we
Like,
go.
What kind of questions can I ask in that? So using this for the first time, obviously, I can't be
Seems like you can ask a question.
explain what's
It's
happening.
deliciously vague. It just says you can ask a question about it.
I mean, it says I have to answer truthfully. It doesn't necessarily say how thoroughly I have to answer. So if you ask me a vague question like, what's going on here? I must answer you truthfully, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to give you everything.
You're on a ship.
So obviously,
In true Philip response.
Yeah. Be prepared.
more. What I'm saying is, more specificity in the question will inevitably require me to give you more of what you're specifically asking. A more vague answer, I will answer. I'm not gonna, loophole my way out of the question. But in the same way of saying like, when on Eberron Renewed we played Genesis, and we would roll triumphs, which lets you just introduce a fact into the scene that can completely alter the scene. And one of the players would frequently go, I guess the bad guy leaves, right? We win. That's what right. He would just decline to play the game with the triumphs. And we gave him a hard time for it. So obviously, the vaguer it is, the less completely I'm necessarily going to answer. But you can ask anything. You can ask me what's going on with the door, and I will give you something about what's going on with the door.
And just follow-up question. Can I poll the rest of the cast to see what question they would ask? This opportunity.
To a
Can it be
degree.
a team question?
To a degree, it can.
Okay. Then in preparation for asking the question,
Love this.
I'm so sorry.
We will break
I
this
asked
game.
for 3 more questions.
There it is.
Well, so it seems to be like holding memory, but also something is physically present.
Mhm.
And so trying to ask a question that gets me more information about that. Where can I get more clarity on the source of the sounds?
Sure. So you lean in close and examine the door very carefully. You can hear that sound. And as you get your head close, after a few more scrapes, you hear on the other side. You lift the door, look under. The sounds are coming from in the door.
Great.
All right.
Everything about your senses says the sounds are coming from inside the door. Which could theoretically mean it would be a really bad idea to poke a hole in the door.
Right.
Or it would
Or that
provide
might
more
solve
information.
Or new friends.
That's true. Depending on how you think of that.
It seems
Is
like
the door a portal? Is the door a containment?
It seems like the
Right.
thing that is on the other side of this door is
No,
scratching
in the door.
on it. Well, yes. The thing that is on wherever the door leads to internally is scratching on it, not thumping at it, not trying to break through it. And if it wanted to do that, I would think that it would have begun doing that before now.
Why?
But it couldn't. It was asking us to help it get out.
No, I think that individual is dead, killed by the thing that is now lightly scratching on the door.
Scratch.
Okay.
Once again, 2 is Finian's body count thus far.
I'll take credit for it. It sounds as though you're
It'll be
flavoring it
glorious
as
when we get
blame.
back to the tavern.
I'll take credit if that's what's handed out right now.
So, my primary concern is leaving this thing behind us and then something awful breaking through, but it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
Right.
Unless we break the door.
Yeah, no, poking a hole seems like an interesting but maybe disastrous idea.
Indeed. Maybe
Not
we take the
opposed
door
to
back
it.
with us.
Wouldn't that be worse?
I don't know.
Now we
I'm
have
just
given
throwing out ideas
more
here.
victims.
I
We're
feel
standing
as
here
though
talking about a door.
well, you were talking to a door a minute ago, so
Well, the door was talking back. That's different.
It talked back.
Just because
What
you
if-
can't hear or
I'm
see, apparently.
saying the situation is not getting any more sensible.
What are you saying, Mia?
No. Isn't that great?
I was just why don't we just throw it in the water and then we're done with the door? And then we can take the ship and everything will be fine, right?
Don't know if that's the case.
Oh, well,
If by fine,
all right. So what I saw was something chasing me to this door, and you all saw something upstairs that was yelling at you in the wind. So I don't believe the door's the only thing. I hate to belabor the one point here. I don't think the door is the extent of our issues here.
All of the
You're right.
stories say there is a central thing that is causing there to be ghosts or a curse or something, and once it is dealt with or laid to rest or whatever, then the ship will be fine.
So kill a door, is what you're saying.
No, leave the door alone and let's continue on and see if we can find the source of the thing.
but it might be the door. We'll just have to
If we find nothing
reserve that
else,
as a possible. Yeah,
Then yes.
Right then.
Blow
this
the
makes sense
door
to
up.
me.
And then we can throw it in the water.
Throw it in the water, blow it up, poke a hole in it, whatever.
Okay.
Might
All
need
of
to
the
poke a hole
above.
in it first, since doors do float when you throw them in water. They don't really sink.
I don't think there's.
There's also plenty of room on them.
I knew it. I knew it.
Might need this door if this boat sinks. Room for one of us.
All right then. Onward.
And downward.
Okay.
All right, so y'all head forward, back through the passage. The body is still there, hanging out of the wall, one-armed now.
Oh, did we reach
well,
the back of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going forward, you pass back through the main area, through the walkway and the hammocks, and go forward through the ship. You come to the end of a passage, and it opens into a room that obviously narrows towards the front with the bow of the ship. And in this room, there are ports for weapons to be fired through, and several of the ship's weapons are lying overturned here in a state of kind of disarray. Several of the ports are open, and you can see the mist sort of coming through. The floor in here is lightly frosted.
All right. I have a couple left. So I will tap for a detect magic and scan the room.
Okay. You don't detect any magic.
Tap again for invisivision.
Okay. On one side of the room, there's a guy frantically trying to reload one of the ship's weapons.
Can you hear me, mate?
He sits up and looks around as if hearing something but not seeing a source for it.
Right behind, to your side.
Is he just
Looks
yelling
around.
There's an
ship?
invisible man over
Anyone
there
else?
who's loading a cannon. He's trying his best. Mate, I'm right here. He can't see me,
Who's there?
which means the man that you killed on the hammock. My name's Finian. I'm here with my crew.
Are we boarded? Who's there?
How long you been here?
We're under attack. I have to load. I have to stay to station.
Okay, I'm not going to break the game here. This has been more than a charge. I had 18 seconds, so I'm probably out of invisivision by now.
Okay.
Can we all hear him?
You all hear almost like a voice that's coming from a very long way away.
Because I've had this for a while, I would know my timing on it.
Yeah.
I want to start stepping right before I lose him. Mate, I'm right here. Can you hear me still? As I stop being able to see him.
Where's your station? You should be at your station. We're to be at action stations.
I don't know where you think you are right now. I need you to calm down. I can't see you anymore. Can you see me?
You can't see me. Are you injured?
I'm walking towards where you were. Towards where you are. I can't see him anymore.
What are you talking about?
My goggles out.
Who's here? I don't...
Philip, the fact that we can faintly hear the voice, I'm just wondering, my sense of deja vu, does the voice sound at all familiar or anything? Like...
You're feeling a sense of rising dread, like you're bracing for something.
And do we know about the deja vu that you're experiencing?
I have not expressed it, no.
Okay.
Who do you think you're attacking right now? Who are you fighting at this moment?
I don't know, it just came out of the mist.
What does it look like? What are you seeing that you're fighting?
I don't know, it's just there's something out there.
Has his volume gotten louder as I'm stepping closer? Is it still
A little
sounding
bit. It
equal
still sounds.
distant?
It still sounds distant, but maybe a little bit clearer.
Oh, I turn to them, not sure what they... Did y'all hear that? Are you hearing him right now?
Faint
A
whispers.
little.
Sort
All right,
of.
he says the ship is under attack by a creature or a thing or a being of some sort from the outside. So whatever the wind was, I believe, is our issue here.
Well, he's clearly a spirit that is stuck here. Like, there's nothing actually attacking the ship right now.
Sure, but it's what was that left these people behind.
Yes.
The floor is frosted. That seems notable.
It's true.
I would like to look for hidden compartments or something specifically on the floor.
I would take an investigation check.
All right.
And Sahina is sending the dancing lights around, knowing that there's not really anything she can do, but she feels like she needs to do something.
Okay.
Remind me what I can do with luck.
So you can spend a point of luck. 1 point of luck lets you roll a d4 and add it to whatever roll you just made. 2 points of luck, add a d6. 3 points of luck, add a d8, and so forth.
And I have to do that. I can do that after the roll, or do I have
Yes,
to
you
declare
can.
that before the roll?
No, you can do it after the roll.
I rolled a 14, and that feels like spending a point of luck
Okay.
might not be wasteful. All right, 15 it is.
Hey.
Okay. So
Nice.
you start working your way across the floor. It's quite cold to the touch. It's not quite burning cold like the anchor chain was, but it's still quite cold to the touch. You notice something about the patterns of frost. It seems almost like the frost exploded into the room from near the for lack of a better term, gun ports. And the one that Finian's been talking to is relatively clear, but you hear that voice become increasingly frantic, and then as you glance up, frost seems to sort of explode across the wall in a pattern that looks almost like a breach would if something had struck the ship and the wall had exploded in. And there's a piercing shriek, and then there's a spray of frozen blood droplets across the floor from near that post.
Orin, what did you do?
I didn't do anything this time. I'm
Okay.
standing here next to you.
Blood.
Yeah, I see the blood. Why didn't you ask Elliewise what she did? She was the one over there. What'd you do?
I don't. Do you think I did that?
That came from the spot of the guy that I was talking to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Since I was close to it, I want to move forward and feel out with my foot to see if his corpse has fallen.
Okay. After a minute, your foot passes through an area that is very cold, and you take 1 cold damage.
Okay.
So they don't seem to mean us harm, but they do seem to be caught up in their own struggles, for lack of a better word.
Terror?
They're under attack, it would seem, except for that one guy that was just hanging out in a hammock and then looked at me funny and was definitely going to attack me unless I interceded.
I never said that.
What was that?
I've plenty of time to
No,
be
it's not
pedantic.
important.
No worries.
So I think we just need to press on and figure out what's causing this ship to be linked to another plane or another something that's causing these entities to be here and dying around us and being attacked. And I would think that would be something on the ship or something about the ship. And who dropped the anchor?
Blood droplets
Right.
roll with the listing of the ship back towards the wall.
Another prestidigitation, if that's possible.
Yeah.
So, are there doors leading out of this room, like further?
No, this
Four?
is the foremost of the. Yeah,
So, is there any
you're in the
way to
bows.
go further down?
You could get down into the actual hold. Yeah.
And the ceiling of this room is not frosted; it's the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And is the frost, is it slippery like ice or?
No, it's real faint, sort of crystals across it. It's not quite
Okay.
iced enough to be slick.
Okay.
Mark my words, there's a cursed treasure down in the hold that is the cause of all of this business.
I doubt that.
I intend
And we're
to
not
uncurse
going
it.
to take it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Well, we
Alright.
just have to figure out what's causing the curse, and then
Okay.
money.
Right.
Okay, so we keep going.
And I
then?
also got this ring. So
I simply want to remind you that I have no more charges left in my goggle. I will not be of any
how long
help.
does it take you to recharge that thing?
I mean, it's usually ready when I wake up. Best I can tell you.
Can you take a quick nap?
Like 5-minute power nap? Is that gonna
We'll watch
Not
you.
like that. No.
watch
Oh.
you sleep just on the very cold
Y'all
floor?
are weird.
Well, I think we check out the hold, and then we've examined the whole ship, right? Shipwright.
Right. I'm no. I wish I wasn't so tired. That wouldn't have tickled me so much. I'm not saying no to this. I'm simply saying I'm literally going in blind here. But pulls the quarterstaff out. I'm good for it. Not like I'm gonna. Right.
Downwards.
So you guys make your way back and open a hatch. You find a hatch in the crew area that you are able to heave open. The air below is cold and immediately obviously humid.
Ugh.
And very dark.
At this point, Philip, opening the hold and feeling this, I'm going to make a deception check to set the DC for anybody that would like to see, like, tell if Orin's kind of freaking out. 10 is what I got on my deception check.
Okay.
So if your passive insight is greater than that, then you've clocked Orin as, like, something's wrong. But, yeah.
In fact, unless you've got a negative wisdom modifier, everyone's passive insight is equal to or better than that.
Orin's fine, everyone. Don't worry.
Well, what? Orin, what's going on? What's happening?
It's very cold and weird and creepy.
Okay. That's
Right,
it? That's
but-
all?
But you seem different creepy
Still?
than we do. Different creeped than we do.
Well, I did ask you all when we first got to the ship if it was familiar to anyone else. I've just had the sense that I don't know, sense of deja vu being on the ship, and also an increasing sense of doom the further we've gone. So,
I'm with you on the second one, but the first one, you've been on this ship in particular.
it's very familiar. Very confusing.
And it's not gotten less of that.
It's gotten more of that.
Oh, well, that's the opposite of what I was hoping you'd say. So you feel like you've investigated a ghost haunting on a ship that was this ship before.
I feel like I've just been on this ship. No real context, just feel like I've been on this ship before.
But you don't remember being on this ship?
No.
So Heine concentrates all 4 dancing lights in interrogation style.
Get your fireflies out of my face.
Okay.
I have dark vision, so that's like doubly like.
Also, how many lights do you see?
I mean, 15 now. He blinks trying to get the...
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea why I would have that feeling. I don't recognize... Like, it's not like I remember now that one time that I went on a really creepy mission trying to get some sweet cursed gold. But
Do you have
Right.
a
It's not
like I have
period of
a-
time in your life that, like, you don't recall?
I have a pretty good recollection of most of my life. I mean, memories fade.
Right. That's
Oh.
okay.
So is this like a feeling or like a memory that I just had from touching the door?
No, it's definitely like an internal feeling. Like, oh, it feels familiar.
I don't like those either.
No. But
Right.
we can talk
He
about
was-
that over drinks after we get off this ship.
He was posted, right?
Yeah, if something
true.
unlocks, I'll
Please
be
let
like,
us know.
now I remember. I'm
Good.
dead. I don't know what the result of me remembering. Anyway, downward.
Let's keep on with you in the lead, yeah?
Okay, so you begin to make your way down the stairs into the inky darkness of the hold. And
Do
that
not
is
feel
where
good
we're
about
going to
this.
leave this episode.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Why not?
Never tell me the odds.
Oh.
Thank you all
Lightsaber.
so
We bookended this episode with Star Wars references because Mia recapped with Han Solo.
Indeed.
Thank you all so much for watching. This has been Blades and Banners. We'll have another episode for you on Monday. And in the meantime, you can get in touch with us at various social media links down below, including to Mia's Twitch, where she is more than a Mia. I almost tried to say that she was Mia BTR.
BTR, the O is 0. Good luck finding it, though.
As well as to, yeah, where Mia is more than a Mia. And Colin's Twitch, where he is sorry BTR, the O is a 0, and to the Geek Pantheon's YouTube, where you'll find TTRPG videos by Eric, to the Eberron Renewed podcast, where you hear Eric running TTRPGs for me, among other people. And to the I Never Got Into That podcast, where you hear me and Colin talk about stuff that we've never gotten into, or at least that one of us has never gotten into before. It's pretty self-explanatory. It's what it says on the tin, man. Anyway, thanks
The
for
end.
watching.
Let's play
And
two
until
more.
next
Release
time.
me from this hell.
Until next time, thanks for rolling with us.
Anyone else feel trapped in a door right now? Bow, bow, bow.